Thanks for joining us for this edition of The Buzz of Madison County. Here's an opportunity for the creative, theatrical being inside of you to try your hand at acting. The Alley Theater in Anderson will be holding open casting for their upcoming season of productions. Rick Vale is the artistic director at Alley Theater and has the information that you need to know to get on the boards. Rick will get to that in just a moment, but first, how did this journey lead you to where you are today?
I graduated from college in '81, and it was in college that I really started doing theater, mostly opera. And my first professional show was actually 1978, and made my operatic debut in '80. But I was also a musician, and so I was writing for some studios, doing some studio work, doing some studio singing and arranging and writing. And about, well, it was probably around '91. I just kind of retired from professional. I'd had I had one child and another one on the way, and the church was slowly but surely, soaking up all my time I was a musician and then a senior pastor. So I was writing some scripts, I was directing some things, but I really just let that all kind of slow down until I moved out here in '94 to Indiana. And oddly, just kind of, I didn't expect to do it, but kind of got called in at the last minute to a show that ended up introducing me to a bunch of actors and performers and artists that I have ended up working with now up to today. That was with Main Stage Theater for the most part in Ann Anderson. And then eventually I started another theater in Anderson, just around the corner from there. The Alley Theater, where I work, does winter shows. I produce. So my role at the theater is artistic director of the whole thing. And every once in a while, I will play a different role. I will either be on stage, or I'll design a set, or I will be a stage manager and help the director. And I really like that. I really enjoy that.
There is an opportunity coming up for those who either love being on the boards or want to experience it for the first time, maybe even.
Yes, what we do at the Alley Theater is we have auditions for the entire season in one weekend. I kind of learned out of experience that actors and directors like to set their whole year. So we've got a couple of days, 3 hours each day on Saturday, October 9th and Sunday, October 10th from 2 to 5, where we will hear anybody and everybody who's interested in participating in any role in any of our shows. So we'll audition for all 7 of those shows, and one of them is a musical, and the rest are all plays.
What level experience do you want for people who are coming to audition?
Well, experience is not necessary. We have historically had a real mix of on the stage, someone who just late in life or even as a kid has decided they want to be on the stage and this is their first time, and they might be standing right next to somebody who actually continue to perform professionally in Indianapolis and Atlanta and Chicago, in film and on stage, who all happen to live here and all happen to love doing that.
When we come to audition, what might we find ourselves cast in?
We try to do shows that are at least familiar in title. So we've got an opening show in November that's a nice autumn show called Our Town. It's probably one of the most popular plays that is done in from high school to professional. Really nice slice of life play. Christmas, we're doing A Christmas Carol. This is actually an adaptation from the book that I wrote that has been playing here in Anderson at Madison Park Church of God for almost 30 years. and they stopped doing that. They switched that stuff up, and I took the script back and have adapted it for this size of a theater. And it'll be fun. It's every actor plays at least 2 to 3 roles, so that we can keep the size down, but still have all the characters. In the winter, we're doing The Elephant Man, and if you've seen the movie The Elephant Man, this is the play that the movie was taken from, and the movie is a little more realistic. The Elephant Man play is a little less of an epic. It doesn't have a huge cast, doesn't have a huge set. It's much more theater of the mind, but it's the same story. You'll recognize a lot of the lines. Very dramatic, just really a beautiful play. Then we're doing On Golden Pond, which is also the play that was then eventually made into a movie, and it's almost virtually the same as the movie as far as the script. Takes place in one lake house, and great opportunity for generational acting and comedy. And then usually every season we like to close with a Shakespeare play, and we like to do that instead of in our theater. Across the street from us is the Anderson Museum of Art, and we perform our Shakespeare plays there, partially because it's just a beautiful place to do that, but also because the casts are usually larger. And so, just to accommodate a larger cast, we moved that over there. And this year we're doing Twelfth Night, which is a comedy, and we've got a great Shakespearean actor and director, a professional actor who has worked across the country and taught at AU, and he's going to be great for our director. And that closes our official season. And then in the park, we're doing Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap, which up until the time it closed for COVID, it was the longest running, continuously running play in the world, and very popular. And it's a murder mystery, and that'll be in the park at Gray's Park in Anderson. That's in June, and then in August, we are doing another Shakespeare. We're doing The Tempest, and again, fantasy and fun and great for the park. And then that'll close out our year.
To get involved with auditioning for these productions and to get cast in one of them, what do we need to do ahead of time?
It's a good idea probably to go to the Alley Theater website, which is the Alley Theater, and theater is spelled RE instead of ER, alleytheater.com. And on that front page, you'll see all this information, but there is a link. There's a PDF link to all of the shows and the characters and the character descriptions. And it's probably a good idea to just look through all of that. It's not necessary, but if you've got the time, it's nice to do that. We're asking that anyone who comes is prepared to deliver a monologue, a comic monologue, and a dramatic monologue. These don't have to be memorized. You can deliver them as naturally as you can, while reading them. And if you don't have experience finding a monologue or have one ready, just come anyway. If there is someone who wants to audition for the Christmas Carol, we just need to hear them sing a little bit. So we ask for a few measures to let us know how loud you are, what your range is, what the tone of your voice is. But again, anybody who doesn't have anything prepared is still encouraged to come, because we'll have stuff there, and we can let you try that. You audition simply for the directors. You don't have to audition in front of anybody else. It's a separate room, so it's really just you and the directors that are directing the shows. It's uh, very casual and light mood, and then we cast it on Sunday night. Cast everything on Sunday night, so very quickly. And so far, in 8 seasons, we have been able to offer roles to absolutely everybody who has auditioned.
So, once again, that's this coming weekend. Tell us when and where again.
It is on October 9th and 10th, Saturday and Sunday, from 2 to 5. You don't need to make an appointment, just show up. It is 923 Jackson Street in Anderson, right on the corner of Jackson and 10th. It is the first floor of Central Christian Church, big church, historic church with blue domes. But we are in the alley, at the alley door. So you just enter in off of the alley, which is off of Jackson Street. There's a parking lot right there. The door will be opened, and you just come in, and we'll get you all set up.
What if someone is unable to appear at that time? Can they send you something virtually?
Yes, and if you check that out specifically in the first page of the website and on our Facebook page, it says you can feel free to send us a video of anything. We have several people who are not available for the weekend, and they usually send us video auditions. We have to receive those by Sunday at 5 o'clock, Sunday the 10th at 5 o'clock, and you can email them to the Alley Theater Mail. Again, theater is spelled RE, the Alley Theater Mail at gmail.com. And as long as we get those in our hands by 5 o'clock on Sunday the 10th, then it's all good.
Rick Vale, Artistic Director of the Alley Theater in Anderson. Thanks for spending this time with us. We look forward to seeing the fruits of your labor in the upcoming season. And again, as Rick said, there's no appointment necessary to show up and audition. Support the small businesses and organizations in your community. Your community's future depends on it. Thanks for listening. That's the latest buzz in Madison County.